Wileyverse. Blank down where?
It usually has our names and stuff, yeah.
Because we're using there's 4 now. I didn't have time to do nameplates.
More of the Wizard's Library.
Yep, you can see some more stuff back there. Welcome back to the channel. The first day of 2020. First stream of 2020, which is now being dubbed the year of the double crit, 2020.
It's pretty clever.
So,
I like it.
We are in an interesting place, and we have even more interesting things going on because we have a guest player down at the end there. As you can see more of our little room here. Yeah, the camera is there.
Oh, hi, camera.
That's where the camera is. So this is Taylor. She is the wife of Mitch over there, which is
Proved finally.
All right, so we left the group in a very unusual, tense spot. They were investigating, hired to investigate, links to a noble family with a cult of evil gods. They tracked it down to people going missing amongst the homeless camps around the god of martyrs. What's his name? I completely forgot. Ilmater. Ilmater.
It's like I have
where people are going missing, and they found a clue, a token for a free drink at a certain tavern in a kind of red light district. So they went to the red light district, and that's where things took a turn. Because Loridov and Erevar immediately got distracted by the wares on display. But Maeve and Jordarai decided to carry on with the assignment and headed to investigate the tavern, where he immediately got poisoned and knocked unconscious. So right now,
you will fit right in.
Oh, we're not doing the introductions first?
we are.
We have to wait for Dayton to get back from you.
We can start at the end if you want.
So starting at the end with the new girl. Taylor is playing...
Society.
my stuff up. No.
Rogue.
Sinocinda. Yep. She's playing Sinocinda. She is a member of the Revelers Union. The Revelers Union is a organization or loose union of night workers, drug dealers, entertainment brokers that look out for each other. And she's operating out of Hangers Row, which is the district they're in.
What you mean, baby?
She is...
Is that your character?
Yeah.
She is a half-elf, rogue, inquisitive. She gathers secrets and trades them on the black market, which is perfect for her position, or all positions. Next is Mitch, playing Erevar. He is the swashbuckling half-elf rogue, kind of the face of the group and de facto leader, because we see what happens when people go off on their own.
Sucks for the group.
Then we have Kaylin playing Loridov, an Eladrin, summer aspect Eladrin, astral soul monk from the Feywild, who's been brought to Baldur's Gate and kind of abandoned here, along with Dayton's character, Jordarai, a Horizon Walker ranger, also an Eladrin of the Spring, yeah, Spring aspect.
And you're summer, right? Okay.
Yeah. I am the DM, and I am also playing the NPC Maeve, who is a cleric of Taimora, the trickster aspect of the goddess. Our characters are all a part, well, all of them except for Taylor down at the end, are a part of a mercenary company called the Cardinal Bond, operating out of Baldur's Gate in the Forgotten Realms world. As I said earlier, they have been hired to try to dig up dirt on a noble family and their possible ties to an evil cult. This has led them to the Hangers Row, or what's called the Hangers. It's a street that's up against the wall of Baldur's Gate, where they have built the homes and businesses on one side all the way up the wall, and they're anchored to it with chains, thus calling it Hangers Row. There are a bunch of tea houses and tap rooms, and the place is normally known for its fashion, so there's clothiers and tailors and seamstresses that operate during the day, and it's kind of the place to go be seen in a kind of a fashion district. But at night, the tea houses and tap rooms turn into drug dens, and dance halls open up, and it becomes kind of like a night spot for folks looking to escape the drudgery of Baldur's Gate. Now is where it gets interesting. So Erevar and Loridov have stopped to partake of some of the wares of the Revelers Union and have gone into a tea house, the Peacock's Quill. The other two, Maeve and Jordarai, have gone on with the mission and visited the Tankard Bell, the tavern which they had a token for that may be linked in some way to the disappearances disappearances of the homeless population that might be tied to this evil cult. When they went in, Dayton sat down at the bar, and Maeve followed up as disguised as a different patron, not associated with him. And Jordarai brought up the token and asked some pointed questions, and he was served wine, which he drank, and then immediately passed out. So, we're going to start with, I guess, I don't want to throw Taylor right into it off the bat. So, I think we'll start with you, Loridov.
Me.
So, you had gone into the tea house with Tumult, the Earth Genasi. He had sat down at the table with you, offered you libations or things that are harder than that, which you've turned down. So then it's up to the room. The upstairs of this establishment is kind of like a bunch of they're not very big, stall-like rooms, which just have a big bed in it, essentially, with a little table next to them, and on that table is a couple, bottles of oils and incense burners, and a little hourglass. It's not really an hour, it's a little less. So the rate is 10 gold for a flip. And a flip is a flip of the hourglass, and
it's extra if you want to really be flipped.
Yeah, it's extra if you want weird stuff.
Wait. I already gave him money, though.
Yes, you already gave him 10 gold, plus he flicked some extra gold, so you're good to go. If you want longer, if you want more flips, you just pay more gold.
Okay. My question is, being of the spiritual...
Feywild.
Could I have any sense that he was, in trouble or in danger or in distress?
You have been together for quite a while, but...
Like our whole lives?
Yeah. Make an insight. It'll be a difficult roll, but there could be a tell.
First roll of 2020, bitches!
2020!
Caleb makes the first roll. It's not very good.
It's not terrible. 17.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay. So, you guys going into the tea house and sitting down discussing the tables, then going upstairs, is about the same amount of time it took him and Maeve to go find the place, go in, order drinks, talk, and all that stuff, or order the drink. So it's not happening yet, but I will let you know when your danger sense starts tingling. So now we're going down to the couple down there. So Erevar was taken into the tea house much the same way. Sinucinda sat him down, asked if he wanted to partake in any of the goodies, which he got. He bought 2 cups of mist. It's tea that you breathe in the vapors, and it gets you nice and high, where he tried to not do it successfully. You faked out that you didn't breathe any of the mist in. She breathed hers in, and now you've gone upstairs to the...
So, did she breathe hers in?
It looked like it to you.
I thought she breathed
Yeah.
it. All right.
So...
You go first.
Yep, like I said, small room, bed,
Yeah.
The table, and you've already paid your 10 gold. I
mean,
think?
so really,
So,
I'm not really here
a flip.
to gather information.
I mean,
I was supposed to go someplace else and do that.
You're here for a good time.
you're here for a good time. I
I was
mean,
here
she
for-
might have information, but you're here
Now
for a
that
good
she's
time.
unconscious, or are you acting high? Or are you high? Does she look high?
She's.
We
you
think
tell
that
me? You're not acting high.
Yeah, I'm acting high. Yeah.
Oh, she's acting high.
Okay, then I'm gonna.
I mean, we all.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to make some of my money back.
Okay, how so?
I don't know. There's got to be. Does this look like it's her room? Like, does she use this room herself often, or is this like a community room?
It looks like some belongings of someone are in here. That is a woman. You don't know if they're hers or not.
You can sense multiple sources of joy.
Well, I'd like to give her the old speech and the old Isarok eye while I try to look for some monies.
I'm trying to look for some
Monies.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to find some collectibles here
Okay, roll it.
before we get started. What am I rolling? Sorry.
Sleight of hand.
Oh, okay. Dang it. That's not very good.
You're gonna rob her before you even have an interaction.
No one's here. You don't even know what's happening.
He's like the undoing her buttons while like reaching over
Yeah.
and trying to grab the gold incense plate.
$19.
19?
Yeah, $19. Sorry, 19 is what I rolled.
19. I need you to roll a perception check.
So roll a 20-sided dice every time unless he tells you something else.
And you look up at your
So
skills.
you rolled a 2, which is not good. Open up your phone. Should find your own password. Click on the little this guy.
Great.
Taylor should start with inspiration just for being here.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you should
Yeah.
start with
So
inspiration.
click on skills
Right? Somehow.
and then look for what was it? Insight or what it was?
Perception.
Perception. So look for the word perception.
+7.
So you rolled a 9.
So you have inspiration. You can re-roll that if you want.
So inspiration would be lit like that. If you
Okay,
had it.
so I would like to reroll.
So click your inspiration so it goes dark,
Which still apply, right?
And then
Wesley?
re-roll your
If
dice.
those temporary hit points.
Yes.
and then add 7 to. Dang.
What'd you get?
19.
Okay.
So you get a 26.
So you get a 26. 19 plus the 7 of your skill. Actually, this is a great time, because we just use inspiration, to talk about inspiration and some of the changes with the channel about it. So, as any viewer may know, if you follow or subscribe to the channel, you start with inspiration, which you can give to the players, or to me as the DM, to influence the game. And we've added a new system for that. If you look below the chat box, you'll see a little channel points. And in those channel points is a reward called Inspiration. So you can buy Inspiration for 300 channel points and give it to someone immediately. When you click on that, it will say, who do you want to give the Inspiration to? You just type it, and it'll pop up right as a message of who you give it to, and it happens. The other thing is you can buy it and say store or keep, and you'll just have it stored and give it whenever you want. So it's 300. I did the math on it. New viewers will get about 1 or 2 if they watch for a couple hours. Channel viewers or subscribers and followers will get 1 every hour, essentially.
I noticed that we can buy inspiration.
Yeah, you can.
Nah.
No. You can buy the silly emotes.
Give it to me.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So while he's putting the moves on you, you see that he's like swiping things from your table, valuables. You see that you don't have to react, or you can do whatever you want. So, do you want to call him out on it, or do you want to
I want
let
to
it
call
happen?
him out. I want to say, what the hell are you doing?
Oh, what do you mean? Putting the moves on?
Definitely not. What are you doing touching my stuff?
I'm just searching for information.
That's not my drawers, so that's not the drawers I'm talking about. Anyway.
You're not wearing drawers, so I'm not sure which drawers you're speaking of.
Erevar? You've been caught.
How did you...
How
I know. I think Erevar would be more ready because he gets caught all the goddamn time. I apologize for my behavior. I was led to this area looking for a regular patron of this place, and I thought maybe information would be about, and, are you not, did you not like your mist? You're doing.
Do I have to respond?
No, I mean you can say whatever you want.
You could try to fight him.
You can kick him out. You
You're a
can.
piece of shit. Get the hell out. Pay me my money.
He already gave you the 10 for it first, so.
What are you here for? What are you looking for?
I was originally here for you. I'm a sailor on leave.
Liar.
I mean, why else would we be here? I gave you the money. I bought you your mist. I came up with all intentions of being with you.
My pussy ain't in your drawers, so
Ooh.
let's go.
Ooh.
All right.
Sorry, is that there's like a censor thing?
No, it's fine.
We're an adult stream.
Yeah, okay.
So.
I can't find it in my cabinet, so what are you looking for?
I'm telling you what I'm looking for. I was looking for information. We are looking for... What's the nobleman's name?
Wait, are you going to throw out the nobleman's name or the bar that you're going
The
to?
bar we were going to.
Tankard Bell.
So we were looking for...
Except I know that's Dayton.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's just like... So
And
Sorry.
I used a cat because
Meow.
Yeah.
our only custom emote is me with wearing my devil costume.
Yeah, I made that as the custom.
So basically, I would
account.
just say, I'd skinny to her that we were supposed to be coming down here to investigate a bar. I got distracted by you guys, and while I was here, I figured I might at least see if there was another one of those chips here, or if that was something you knew about.
So
I thought you were high, so while I've got you as a captive audience before I leave, as I pull my pants up, I would probably try to ask her if she knows about anything strange going on at the Tankard Bell.
the bar that we talked about,
Right.
it's in your. If you hit notes on your thing, the information will be there.
I got
Sorry,
taught pretty
Ron.
soundly.
She's an inquisitive.
Yeah, I was just...
Like her entire deal is perception.
Something tells me you guys work together on this.
You were there in the chat too. You saw. She went right for that.
Sorry.
Just click view. Or do that? View. Yeah, view is what you want to do.
Where's the notes?
It should be, if you hit the grid down at the bottom, there should be a section for notes.
looking better. Anything?
Do we all have those notes, or is it something you gave her?
That's something I gave her.
Oh.
I mean, you guys can write your
I
own.
mean, that's cool, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
but
didn't know
you
that.
guys have books and all this stuff, so.
I gotta finish Arrowbar's journal. I keep saying I do that. I never do that.
I'm just curious why you're here in this town. What's going on? Why did you decide to land here with your crew?
Oh, I haven't had a crew for years, young lady.
I saw you with some people.
Oh, my land crew, you mean?
Oh, yeah, that crew.
They paid me for a bit of guide work, and it's led us down a more or less lucrative path for myself. So I've been adventuring here and there on their tail.
Lucrative, how so?
Lucrative. Profit.
Like, how do you make your money?
Adventuring.
Any more details?
We hunt. We do a little of this, a little of that.
There
Sounds very
is,
vague.
How do you make your money?
Take a guess.
But you took mine.
You came to me, bud. Like,
there is a light but rapid tapping on your door, and one of the other girls is like, Sin, sorry to interrupt, but we have kind of a situation downstairs.
Well, it sounds like you're busy anyway. I'll leave the room.
You are in your room with that, and you kind of hear that someone's knocking on the door and saying something in hushed tones, and for whatever reason, you're just like, something's going down.
I'll politely excuse myself from Giant Rock Man.
that getting rocked.
Dayton's making it real right here,
Yeah.
I like how you're like,
right under snowboarding.
I like how you're like, of course, Mitch's wife is a prostitute. She's like, get the fuck out of my room.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I was like, I'm really glad, like, you came in and were playing the prostitute, because it'd been really awkward if I had to describe a sex scene for someone and their wife is sitting at the table.
Oh, wait.
All right, so
Gotta go.
are you?
So I'll go answer the call at the door.
Make sure he gets out
But
ahead of you.
you realize that if I see you again,
I'm already
Shit's
out the door. I'm
on.
not even listening to you anymore. I'm going.
Yeah, he's gone. He
Yeah.
snuck out the moment the door
I'm not
opened. He's
listening to you at
getting
all.
out.
I paid my money. I got caught him out.
All right, so
Did I get anything, by the way, when I was stealing?
Well, she caught you doing it, so no.
Nothing.
So when you you're excuse yourself and you go to check and you see him rush out of his room, you see a girl talking to the half elf that he was with, and you hear them say, well, he's going down. I don't know if you're following, but you hear her say, there's a very angry man downstairs saying one of us robbed him.
Not me.
I'll go talk to this guy.
Okay.
What's up?
So you two have gone, headed out and kind of downstairs to see what's going on. Well, he's leaving.
I'm gonna stick around and kind of just.
You're gonna follow her?
Just yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So they go downstairs. You went first, and you're just trying to get out of here.
I'm not on the walk.
So
redoing my belt and stuff.
You're down the stairs first, and you see a half orc with a couple men around him, trying to calm him down. And he goes, you better get that fucking knife back here right now. I told you she took it. Her name is Maeve. She told me she'd be here. And you come down to this argument, and you behind. And there's a half-orc who's very adamant that one of your workers came into his bar, stole his knife, and then told him to come here to get it back, or wants her to come here to get it back, and he wants it back now.
Do I have a worker named Maeve?
You do not. And this half-orc tells you that this woman, this Maeve, is a half-orc, and you do not have a half-orc currently on the row where you're at in your employ.
So I tell him...
Oh, but you do know who this guy is. He is the bouncer, one of the two bouncers from the Tankard Bell. So things are starting to keep pointing to that and these folks' involvement in it.
And the Tankard Bell.
Tankard Bell's the bar that I was saying that I was looking for patrons and stuff.
I would say, do you have your facts straight?
Yeah, I got my facts straight. She came right in and said it. She looks down at his boot sheath. It's empty, isn't it? She took it.
Sounds like a personal problem.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. How personal you want to make it?
Well, you're accusing my staff of stealing from you, so...
And I might pipe in there like, I'm sorry. Is Maeve employed here?
Yeah.
Because we don't know her very well. Now I'm kind of mad at Maeve again.
Maeve doesn't work here.
Oh, she doesn't work here.
And I feel like I would pick up, Lorda would pick up that Maeve sent them here for a reason, not because she actually stole their knives, and I would be like, shut the fuck up.
Oh, I'm a dance rogue.
So, as you're confronting this half-orc, you see them two have a knowing look between each other, because you're inquisitive and that's what you do. They seem to know something's going down, and they start heading towards the door. So it looks like they're going to go figure out what's happening. So if you want to go with them or figure out what's happening on your row, you need to get this half-orc out of here or somewhere else and get with them.
Can I just say, I'll be back. I'm going to figure it out. I'll be back in 30 minutes.
Absolutely. He's not very bright, so he's like, I'll be right here. And you...
Great. 30 minutes.
And out you go.
One time right minute.
So you guys are heading down, trying to figure out where this place is, because you still don't really know. And you see them ahead of you, and you know where the place is. You know where to go. So if you want to...
I'm following them.
They look like they're wandering around looking at places' names and trying to find where to go.
Just kidding. Everybody doesn't wear glasses.
Just ask me. What are
We
you
don't-
guys
we don't know you.
looking
We don't know
for?
you're wrong.
What are you looking for?
I'm not paying for this time.
I know.
Just kidding. We're trying to find that... Oh, sorry, go on.
You go.
Well, I'm trying to find that Tankard Bell I was talking to you about. It seems like one of ours is having some issue there.
Can confirm.
Yeah. Let me show you. Let's go.
All right.
That's when I would say I'm not paying for this.
So we are going to pause
Perfect.
your little quest here and go to see what happened to Jordarai and Maeve. This is going to be a little bit unusual because I'm speaking from my NPC standpoint, going through her actions and everything. There's not another player there to see it. I've already made all the rolls and I've already played this encounter out, so I can just narrate it and get through it pretty fast. So, Jordarai was up at the bar while Maeve was in a table nearby, and she had walked in and distracted the two half-orcs. She kind of flirted with them, and they both approached her and were standing around her table, getting her a drink and vainly trying to outboast each other for her favor. Jordarai was having words with the bartender when he drank of the poison goblet and passed out on the bar with a loud thump, which got everyone's attention, and everyone looked up at the bartender and the bar, Maeve, the two half-orcs, and seeing that, and the bartender loudly exclaims, "I just knew this pansy elf couldn't hold his liquor. Take him out back." At which point, Maeve used that distraction to swipe the knife out of the sheath, the boot sheath of the guy who's got his foot like up on the bench next to her. Just shink, and she took it. As the two half-orcs turned, she invokes duplicity, making a clone of herself, an illusion, and she slides under the table while the other version of her gets up and heads to the door.
The orc version of her?
There are now two half-orc Maeves. One is going towards the door. She's hiding under the table. Now, the illusion can't open the door. So it walks up and reaches out and does this, and Maeve casts Thaumaturgy to throw open an unlocked door. So it looks like she flings open the door. She turns around, looks at the half-orcs, and goes, "When you're done taking out the trash, you should come see me at the Peacock's Quill." And she turns and goes outside. At which point, during that distraction, Maeve sneaks out from underneath the table, around the bar, and finds the pathway back into the hallway where these guys are going to go. She discovers that there is this kind of a dead end into a pantry back there. Just a nice, it's a fairly large room, but it just has stuff in it, tankards and barrels and other things. So she hides behind some of the stuff, covers herself with some empty burlap sacks, and that's when Jordarai gets drug into the room.
Who's that?
Robert.
Oh.
Say hi, Robert.
Ice cream tonight.
You missed it, Robert.
So, the two half-orcs bring Jordarai in, not too gently, pretty much slam him down on the ground, and start stripping him. They take his quiver, they take his bow, they take his sword, his belt.
They cut his quiver off?
They don't cut it off, they just take it.
Quiver,
yeah.
Excuse me.
His sack. His coin purse, they take that too. They strip him down, like, naked. And, and then one of them's like, he's just too smooth and pretty, isn't he? I should cut. Where the hell's my knife? Oh, that whore took it. And they start arguing back and forth about what they're going to do to Maeve. And he goes, "Well, you finish this. I'm going to go get my knife back." And he storms out. And the other guy's like, picks you up, throws you over his shoulder, and then he walks up, and there is just a wall there with some shelving, and he reaches up, grabs a little knob on the shelf, pulls it, and a secret door opens up. And it's just a stairway down where you are taken down fairly deep into some catacomb.
I still presume I know none of this.
You know none of this, so yeah, you're gonna. This is just for the audience sake, but yes.
I was like, want to make sure that
he's brought down into a room in the catacombs. There's several archways off of this, but it's just down in the aqueduct sewers catacombs beneath Baldur's Gate, which you guys are way too familiar with all your other assignments. But on the wall are two shackles, and he goes over there and shackles you in, shackles Jordarai in, wipes his hands, and leaves. At which point, after he comes back out, passes through the pantry again, Maeve sneaks out, takes all your stuff and bundles it up, goes over, finds the knob, heads down, opens the door, and heads downstairs.
He didn't go to the brothel, but looks like he paid to get fucked.
Yep. So she comes down, and the first thing she does... Oh, I gotta find her, because she's using abilities. Alright. Features and traits. She channeled her divinity for the invoke duplicity to make the illusion. Invoke duplicity. Now, like, she is really scraping. Okay. She's using a second level spell slot to cast, she's out of first, her last second level spell slot to cast,
This group needs to learn how to rest.
yeah.
Yeah, it's bad when it's like,
And she to cast Lesser Restoration, which removes the poison. Removing the poison removes the incapacitated. So you come to naked and chained with Lord of standing in front of you with all your belongings.
Me?
No, not Lord of. Jordarai. Sorry.
sees your mother rack.
Wait, so Jordarai is chained, sees...
Maeve.
But is she still... Does she look like Maeve, or does she still look
She looks like
this
Maeve
half
now.
orc?
Yeah, she got rid of the...
You look
This
naked
does.
and chained.
And she, like, puts down your stuff. And she's like, I'll have you out of here in a second.
What does she do to his stuff?
Just puts it down. What do you think I said?
Calm down there, bud.
I'll kick her ass.
What?
She, like, yeah, she's like, I'm taking your shit, ha ha ha, and runs down one of the archways. No, she puts down his stuff, and she pulls out lockpicks and starts picking the locks.
There's more to that bitch.
Picking the locks of your shackles.
Does she have to roll to do this? Or just,
I've already rolled.
It just happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've already done all these rolls
I like
previous.
how you're like, does she help me or not?
Yeah.
Like, just let him help you.
Perception. Nabicus.
I'm bummed that neither of us got hookered.
Well, she got some. You know, she went right into it and didn't try to steal from,
Well, I didn't
hers.
realize I was
Just trying
fucking
to get
rogue.
some.
didn't
Stop
know.
stealing from me.
I got a whole 11.
Okay. So, you are both surprised to hear a voice coming from one of the archways. And it is a gravelly, low voice. It goes, looks like I was beat to the punch today. And you look over Maeve's shoulder, and she's like trying to pick your second shackle. You've already got one undone. And there is a man. He's standing there. He's dark robes. He's got a scraggly gray beard and like just kind of the wild hair with a little bit of balding in the center. In his hand, he's got this haft of wood with a chain off of it, and he's holding the chain in the wood. But at the end of that chain is a skull, and on that skull, the eyes of it are glowing. This malignant green. And if that wasn't freaky enough, there are 4 skeletons behind him that are just standing there milling around, animated under some dark power.
Okay. It's your long lost dad, Jordan.
What?
And Maeve looks over her shoulder.
Oh, Meowser, that's you. I was like, wait, whoa.
It's me.
Thanks, Meowsers. 910. 910.
Oh,
Wow.
What is 910?
I don't know. 922 was taken.
No, they're actually pretty bare bones skeletons. Oh no, actually they are carrying chains as their weapons.
How close is my stuff?
It is right there, and she unhooked the hand.
I only have one hand.
You only have one hand free. It's whatever your dominant hand is.
Alright.
That she just placed the stuff on that side and undid that hand first.
Are you going to be able to lean far enough down to grab it?
He is. The chains go all the way so they can be sitting on the
Sitting,
ground.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Put your pants on first.
So Maeve looks over her shoulder and she
time.
goes,
No time. No time. There's no time.
and she goes, "Yep, this one's mine." And
What
she's
is
like,
going
she's looking
on?
at you. He's behind it, and she like went over her shoulder. He's like, "Yeah, this one's mine," because he said someone beat me to the punch. And he goes,
What's me about to do?
She's like, tick, 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 frantically trying to get that. She goes, Ah, pity. It looks like a fine specimen. Blood sacrifice? Flesh
Fine
golem?
specimen. Are we talking about Jordan still?
Yeah. She's like, just some blood magic. He goes, so why don't you have a key?
I don't mind your business, dude.
Perfect, right?
At which she kind of stammers, and at that point, he tells the skeletons to seize them both. They'll make fine additions to my ranks.
We don't know anything.
Right.
Alright, so does she get that second thing unlocked?
She didn't. Unfortunately, she didn't bluff well enough to delay him. So you are starting the first turn, still half shackled.
Half shackled.
Story of his life.
We're gonna pause that and head back to you guys in the street.
We in the street.
You're a lady
so-
or a freak right
Feet
now.
You,
kids.
yeah,
Forget it.
you know exactly where this place is, so you can walk right up. The Tankard Bell is kind of like there's a couple buildings that encompass it, but only one door goes into it. So there's kind of like a long little stretch of these buildings that's kind of dank and dark, and no one's out in front. The mist is cloying in. They do not have their light on, so they're not advertising that they're open for business. Up above the door frame, a little arm comes out, and the Tankard Bell is sitting up there, but it's kind of out of normal reach for anyone, and it has the little striker and the upside down tankard, but someone's cut the rope that used to hang there, so you can't ring it anymore.
Gotcha. You seem to know this place. Is there a back door?
Is there a back door?
You're
There,
already mad at me, so probably not.
there is. Let's see. Go ahead and. You do not know that there's a back door. This is against the wall.
Hey, Allie.
Hi, Allie.
Allie.
Hi, Allie.
Hello, Alley 99.
So this is on the side of the street that's against the
98, man.
wall. So there is only one side of this building that has this in it that is exposed to the street besides the front. And the front only has one door. You don't know if there's a door on that side, that little alley, but you don't remember or seem to recall there ever being one.
Look at the architecture, dummy. There's only one door.
There's
in
an
the
alley
front.
behind
It's
it.
in the front.
I'm still going to head to the back to try to go in the alley because if the two of you are together now, then I can split the party because now the three of us is a party.
Because you want to keep splitting the
no,
party?
I want to try to go in the back. 'Cause
I mean,
if Maeve's
you
having
can-
an issue,
Yeah. You don't want to go right into the front door or anything like that.
we can all go
Do
in
you-
the back if you want, or they
or
can
look
go in
for
and
it.
distract. Yeah.
Either
You
way.
don't know this place, and I am telling you there's
I've
not a
never
back
been
door.
here before. You said there's a look like there's a back door, dummy, and he said there is an alleyway behind it, but you don't
No,
know.
next to it.
Next to
Again, this is against the wall.
I don't
so.
know that.
Against the wall.
Exactly, but I don't. So the alleyway's beside. I don't know if there is one or not, but I want to go look.
I say let him go. We can take care of this ourselves,
Bye.
most likely.
We got
And you
this.
could go with them to see, there may be a door, you just never seen it.
Forget you. We got this.
Alright?
Split
All right.
the
So we can jump in the alley.
Split the.
The
I'm gonna go
part.
in the alley.
Okay.
That's what I do.
So, you're heading down the side.
I'm gonna go to
You
the back.
guys are going to go into the front door.
Yes.
Alright?
You don't even know what we're doing here.
You.
I'm leading you here.
I could.
I'm following you guys.
As he walks away, I
I
could
know exactly what
kind
we're
of do
doing.
like skinny to her, like, we think our friend's in trouble. I don't know if you can be trusted,
I ain't
but
your friend.
Say it to her.
no, our friend's in trouble. I don't
Yeah.
know that shit about you, bitch.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you guys doing?
No,
No, that's what
no,
she's
yeah,
telling you.
my-
Sorry,
yeah.
she's speaking to
My
you right
character
now.
is kind of being like, look, I don't know you. I don't know if we can trust you. I assume if you're here, you're ready to, deal with some shit. But we think our friends are in trouble, and that's
Yeah.
what we're trying to do
If
right
it
now.
seems shady, I will fight them, but what's going on?
It's just a tale I can tell you if you survive this encounter.
Bad stuff in the neighborhood might be bad for your business
Yeah.
too.
Knowing that I'm only here for one game
Go crazy.
doesn't look good.
It
But
doesn't.
This hooker is dying today.
then I will go out with a fight.
Perfect.
So-
I like you already.
You enter the front door. It's dingy, it's compartmentalized, lots of nice little nooks and crannies and corners and booths. It's several different houses that were kind of like just knocked down and put together and made into this place. But the moment you walk in, there's a kind of like a nice little area with a hearth There's a half-orc sitting there, like picking his teeth with what looks to be a just splinter of wood. There's a small bar that's like you're kind of looking at one side of it, and it's just right in front of you. Split it! Highlight message, split the party! And there's a bartender looking very bored, wiping the same dirty spot with a dirty rag on the bar. You know this man as... whoop.
Just flat.
Like the flies.
You know my name.
There's no like New Year's ones or whatever.
As Sirz's. This is Sirz's, the new owner of the Tankard Bell, the one that kicked you guys all out. So the half-orc looks up at you. You two walk in. Let's see if Sirz's recognizes you. He does not.
The hooker.
I mean, you work the area, but he doesn't really go out there.
Listen, Robert just gave inspiration to the hooker.
Thanks,
Oh,
Robert.
Inspiration,
you have
okay.
inspiration. Do you have inspiration?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so turn your phone back on and click
Give
your
yourself
inspiration.
thanks,
inspiration.
Robert.
All right. The girl.
What flashlight's on too?
Oh, got bits on bits on bits.
Bits on bits on bits. All right. So they kind of both like look up at you. Like, what? And you see there's a half-orc here. Looks very similar to the other half-orc. Probably related in some way.
Okay. Underneath your hit points.
All right, so we're busting.
I mean, you just open the door and walk in.
No, we bust the
Oh,
fuck
you
in.
you bust
Kick
in.
in the door. And
Let's do it.
Okay.
We're raring to go. I just feel like something's wrong, so I'm just gonna punch the guy.
All right.
starting combat.
You're pulling out your
Yes.
arms and slamming into the guy. Or?
No, I'll just punch him
All
out.
right. Regular old punch.
Regular old punch today.
All right. You have surprise. So, and this is the half orc. It's the only one that's like really in range. Go for it. Roll to hit.
I don't want to kill him though.
Love that.
Yeah. I mean, you get to choose that with
Okay.
your
Where are they
attacks.
right now?
They're up in the bar now.
And the
Yeet.
tanker
In the
bell.
Tankard Bell.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. It's a 21.
Not to make sure.
Yeah, that hits. So
D6.
it's D6.
Plus 14.
Wait.
Plus 5.
Yeah, plus 4.
Plus 4. Plus 4.
Yeah.
10.
All right, and you can use your bonus action to do your martial arts and hit him again if you want.
I'm not gonna kill him, right?
No, you. If he goes to 0, you get to choose if you've knocked him unconscious or not,
Okay.
like or killed him. Like you get to choose that.
17.
That'll hit.
7.
All right.
Bang.
Boom, bam.
Okay.
Okay. So she kicked the door in, walked up, and starts pummeling the half orc.
This bitch
He's not
love
even
that.
like he's not even
Fucking
standing.
love that.
He hasn't even stood up yet. You hit him like right in the face, and this little
this for
splinter
you.
just flies out one side. Then you punch him the other way, and he slobbers this way.
She's a bad bitch. We'll be friends over this.
You can, if you want, move in and also attack him, or you can try to move up to where the bartender is, but he's behind a bar. So
She's fighting the bouncer, sorry.
yeah, he's fighting the bouncer. There's also
your
the
goal?
bartender.
Just you feel like this guy is shady. Like you're just like, oh fuck you.
Well,
So
It
knowing
seems-
what our destiny is and our journey, what we're trying to do, I'm assuming that whatever we came here for, we've kind of found, and that this orc knows something about it. So I want to kind of render him useless and be able to question him later.
So, that being said, would it be helpful for me to just move past him and get some information from the next guy?
Well, you don't think I'll be able to get
Well,
information since I started.
Yeah, this is
punching
in
this
combat.
bouncer.
No one's talking anymore.
Oh,
You're
got it.
Yeah.
gonna have to start.
So-
You can
do the
move
same to
forward
the
and start doing the
bartender.
bartender. if you
Yeah,
want.
you can try to intimidate the bartender to just sit
You
the
can
fuck
do
down and
him or
not
you
move
can fight
anywhere.
him.
Yeah, like you can try to.
Can I do both?
Well,
Same time?
yes, you can if you want. Go in and swipe at him over the bar, and then just tell him to sit back and not make any moves if you want.
I like that.
All right.
Let's do that.
Nice.
Take your swipe. So you're gonna look at your actions or attacks, and you're going to roll with your short sword. It's
Okay.
called the
Okay.
short sword of
I've
warning.
been watching that. Or what?
So hit the little grid down at the bottom.
Grid,
You're looking for actions or attacks.
Actions, attack.
And then your good short sword. Right?
Yep. The short sword of warning.
Yeah, and roll that. So roll your d20. Whoops. Sorry. Roll the big dice and then add 6 to whatever you get.
What is it? 14 plus 6 and 20.
20. You hit him.
Sucker.
He had partial cover from the bar, but that doesn't help him at all when you get it.
But what?
No, he is like he's hard to hit because he's over a bar. Like he's got cover from you because you have to like lean over. But
Yeah.
you absolutely hit him because he's just a human in clothing, and all he had was a bar between him and you, and you reached over and slashed him. So roll the damage that's next to that stat.
So
Sorry.
just leave it open.
So next to that attack, you'll see a damage.
Move over back. Close that. So right here is your weapon is the green one. So you roll 1 6-sided dice and then add 3 to that for the damage.
Okay, so
6-sided dice is a
Little
regular
Yahtzee dice.
Notes.
So you got 5 plus 3.
so 8.
That's not a notebook, more of a drawing book.
6. All right.
Okay,
Make a intimidation check with advantage.
What
So
data
now go
was
click on your
it?
grid one more time. And go to
That
skills.
page.
And look up intimidation.
Plus 4.
So
Okay.
roll your d20 and add 4 to them.
And you have advantage on this. So you get to roll
two dice
twice and pick the
So the
highest.
first was 9, roll again. Roll higher than
It's a
9.
happy and unhappy and
You
indifferent.
get a 5, so you also have inspiration though, or is it not working?
No, that's advantage is
So you get
inspiration.
9 plus what?
Or 4, so 13.
13.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna real quick. No, we're just gonna go into it. We're gonna go into initiative. So everyone is rolling initiative. Man, this is the
Boo.
total party split.
Yep.
Everyone's rolling this shit?
Everyone's rolling initiative, and your own little combats going on in areas.
Except for
No,
well,
even you.
No, I'm not saying there's. Whoa, what's going on
Hey.
here?
I rolled a 20.
It's not,
Gotta get
yeah,
on the-
doesn't count if it doesn't stay in the kitty.
I'm blind. Okay, give me a break. I'm sorry for all our 3 viewers out there.
I think it's the 3 of us. What'd you get?
18.
Plus.
Hold on.
4, 22.
So
Pitchforks.
your initiative is right here. So whatever you roll, you're gonna add 3 to it.
And you roll with advantage on
Oh, yeah, that's
initiative.
what that green is. Yeah, so you
That
get to
green
roll,
A.
You
So
get to
roll
roll
2,
2 dice
pick
at
the
the same
highest.
time and pick the highest.
Okay, Dane, go ahead.
So 14 is the highest plus.
3,
So you got
17.
natural 20 plus 8, 28 for useless
Damn.
initiative.
Okay.
For a guy
So,
that's in the alley.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna find all
So
this.
Sinocindo,
Good for you.
Sinocindo, what'd you get?
17.
17, yeah.
Erevar?
28 with a natural 20.
Lorda?
22.
Jordarai?
13.
You're just asking to die, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. All right. So, Erevar, you're going first. So you've gone down the side and you're looking for
An entrance. Yeah.
So you notice that there's like some rain barrels under gutters out here. There's some, old pallets molding sitting up against the wall. The immediate look is you look down this alleyway and you can see all the way to the wall that there's nothing here. Do you want to look for something that might be hidden or secret, or do you want to
I want to search because if
Yep.
we think that Maeve's in trouble, then there's probably some other way in here.
perception?
But you care.
Hush. I care about money. You guys are helping me with money. Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. As you're heading down, you do see an area where, there's kind of like a piece of metal, in between two of the stones. Then you look down and you see another piece of metal in between two stones, and, investigating, looking in there, it looks like a hinge.
Sweet.
So, you're going to have to spend next turn trying to figure out how to open this,
All right,
and if you can, from the outside.
Found it.
Next would be Lorda, 22. continue pummeling.
Do I need to?
Yeah, he's still up.
10?
To hit? That's not going to hit.
I do. I have inspiration on the button.
So you're using it?
It's up to you.
Why not?
Okay.
I don't even think I should have it. So.
Unless someone wants to throw it her way.
Well, he bought inspiration for her. I mean, I guess he can keep buying inspiration if he wants.
If he has it,
right?
yeah.
Go with 3.
Yeah, so worse.
Yeah.
Much
All right.
worse.
So your second attack with your martial arts?
Dude, what's happening? Is
Oh,
it 11
no.
hit?
No, it does not. So now he's got his arms up and he's defending himself a little bit more.
I'm so sorry. I'm done.
That's alright. And you can't, you're not getting good solid blows. He looks like he is he knows how to fist fight. He's a scrapper. So. Fudge. Then it's Consuela.
Is that who you are now?
You just changed the name of the character.
Yeah. Well, both her when you
Your name,
first,
my name is Consuela.
Both Eric and I
both
looked
they're
at it
look.
Consuela.
So look at this. So when you look at it first,
Sinocinda.
Okay.
yeah, they are
I can see
they
that.
both said Consuela. I'm like, nope, Sinocinda. So you're going to go. He doesn't look like he's going to sit down or stay out of this. He looks like he's about to run.
I want to pin his ass down and get some information.
Okay. To do that, you're going to have to come over the bar and grapple him. So roll an attack. This, if you look at your attack actions, scroll down until you see unarmed strike.
Okay.
That's what you're going to add. You have that plus number.
Okay.
Was it a plus?
Plus 3.
Okay. So roll a d20 and add plus 3.
This.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
Nice.
So
What is
20.
Nat-
It's 17
unnatural.
plus 3 is
Unnatural.
20.
So you have successfully grappled him.
Where's Mitch
I'm
been?
gonna need help over here.
Where's Mitch been?
Probably there.
Stupid.
All out of Wiley books. Alright. That was on 17.
Oh dang.
We're not sponsored by White Claw.
But we could be.
On 15.
Damn.
That's pretty good.
Oh, no.
Almost.
Oh, she used her channel divinity to evoke
Oh, yeah.
duplicity.
I'm okay right now, thank you.
Man, she's got nothing. Nope, she's finishing her. That's what she's doing. Duh. Alright. She undoes your shackle.
The gentleman's
Hey-o. Let's go.
The gentleman's
I
force.
think we should give Robert inspiration on that one.
That's pretty good.
Can you give it back?
Huh?
Can you give it back?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I can give it to him for the funny thing,
I'm sorry.
which I did. Just give it back to him. All right. So she gets your other shackle, and then she is going to.
That changes the game. Glad I'm going after her.
She can't. She whips up her crossbow and takes a shot at the guy. No, she took her action to do that. She's doing nothing. She's just kind of moving behind next to you.
She just shackles herself in.
No.
What's this?
This is Maeve
Oh,
downstairs
got it.
in the
So
basement.
we have
in the
a fourth
catacombs.
person in our group,
Yeah.
and it's Wiley's character.
Got it.
All right. So that was on 15. On 14.
Oh, come on.
The
Don't roll so low.
the bartender and the half orc go.
Technically, rolling low helped Maeve go before me so she could
Let's go,
unshackle
I
me.
got 48 hit points.
Otherwise,
So-
I have to pick up a dagger and throw it.
Yeah. So the half orc stands up, and she's your fighter.
Oh, you have 33.
The half orc he doesn't really stand up so much as he pushes the chair that he's sitting
Came
in
up.
back because you're just on him attacking him. He pulls out his boot knife and tries to shiv you.
He's trying to shiv me?
Yep.
Oh, I dare you to fucking shiv me.
Oh.
20, not natural, but 20 will hit
Yes,
you.
it does.
Have to hit that number.
What am I doing? I'm not even drinking.
I'll work on it.
That's your problem.
I'll work on it.
You take 7 damage.
I don't accept.
Take it. All right, the bartender.
I see that.
I say no to that damage.
Bartender's
It
going.
was like a lot of
The bartender is going to try to get out from underneath you.
Bud.
So what you're going to roll is your dexterity against his strength as you keep trying to keep him pinned and locked down.
Throw, right?
No,
No.
it's a contested roll, so you need to roll your
So whatever
attributes
your dexterity is, it should say a plus.
plus 3.
Okay, plus 3. Yeah.
So roll a d20 and add plus 3.
Dang, natural 20.
Oh my god!
Nice.
And he got an 18 on his roll. So
Loser.
yeah, you just you have tied him up basically. You've got your legs around his throat in almost like a wrestling hold.
Is that like that little bitch?
On your turn, next round, you can just render him unconscious if
Okay.
you want. So
Great.
as your action.
Looking forward to that.
Too bad you weren't rolling the curse dice so you could uncurse him right now.
You might not have rolled that 20.
It's true.
All right, that was on 14. 13.
Hey, there we go. It's
Don't
like,
write
come
those.
on. Don't tell me I'm tied with another 13. Like, son of a bitch. It does. I can pick up my longbow pretty quickly, can't I?
Yep. You are very proficient at getting that thing
And
ready.
shoot at some skeletons that are moving towards me and Maeve.
Yep. You can absolutely do that.
Where's the stupid?
Cool. They're in the center console. What I'm doing won't be part of it. Alright?
That's 1d8 force. Okay.
Because that was a crazy night.
I almost want to try it just to try it.
no. Yeah, don't take that.
It was the weirdest. Like, everyone that was here only had like 2 drinks.
We were
And
wasted.
the only one that remembers what the fuck was going on was the camera and Dayton.
Yeah, because I didn't have any of that.
Yeah, Robert
18.
and
That hits.
Like, it was weird.
Alright. So since it was the first one, I'll go ahead and use like the force damage on it.
Okay.
Just 'cause I don't- I'm not showing these things already.
Yep.
I said it was like, I don't know.
So... Oh crap, I didn't roll the force damage one. But so 9 so far, 15 total damage.
Okay.
What are you fighting?
Skeletons and a weird, creepy
if
dude.
It matters if it's 6 force damage versus 2.
Yeah, it doesn't matter for this.
Okay, I just know
But yeah.
that can.
It can matter, and there is something that would matter for this.
Nah, it's too much. Too similar.
Okay, so you reach down, whip out your bow, like you're pretty much like crouched next to your belongings because that's where your quiver is as well.
Naked
so you like
as fuck.
whipped out the bow and just are shooting arrows from it.
Naked and
The first arrow, well, actually, for this, it changes all the damage to force, doesn't it?
Use the whole bottle.
It just turns the whole thing into energy.
Next time you hit that creature on this turn with open attack, all damage dealt by the attack becomes force
Yeah,
damage. Okay.
so that just turns into like a glowing arrow, slams into the skeleton, which just shatters his entire rib cage and pelvis, and he just crumples down on himself in just a shower of clattering bone on the ground. The guy, the old man, like, oh, like a little surprise. What the hell? What just happened? Next.
next.
23.
That'll hit.
I only
It's
get
so
to
weird not to be the team's archer.
only 1d8 this time. I rolled an 8. Dope. So 13.
For this one, it doesn't turn into energy, so you take the shot, it goes up, you clip it like right in that little section where the collarbones meet the shoulder. It goes through, breaks all of that, his arm falls down, he kind of twists this way, the rest of his shoulder comes out, his neck gets unsupported, some vertebrae pop out, and he crumples in a clatter of bone.
Ooh, a clatter of bone.
That's a good band name, Clatter of Bone.
2 shot,
I'll write it down.
2
That
kill.
was a good one.
Alright.
Yeah, but they're just skeletons.
Have you ever fought naked? Just saying, I'm doing good for my first time.
It's true. Inspiration.
I was gonna say, that's true. You ever fought naked? I'm like, that's a weird question to ask a fellow. I have a story. We'll talk about that off stream.
Okay.
Do I want to know?
No, it's something gross.
He unleashes his flail, so the chain goes out, and he grabs the head with his other hand, the skull that's emitting that green glow from its eyes, and he pushes it forward, and the green glow lashes out in a ray of sickly miasma.
This is the bearded dude.
Yep, and he's trying to hit you with it.
Hopefully he's not aiming for my dick,
Right in the dick.
because I'm still naked.
Oh,
You'd
crap.
have to roll with disadvantage to something that size.
Oh,
Hey,
cheap shot.
it's a targeted shot. I'm not just making fun of your dick's not small. It's just a small thing to shoot at with an arrow.
How do you know his dick's not small?
A 9.
I mean, we've shared a room since.
All you have is 10 plus your dex, and I can't. So it strikes the wall. The skeletons, the other 2 skeletons come up. They're going to one swing at you, one swing at Maeve. So the one on you. It gets a 19 to hit, which hits you.
Yeah, it does hit me.
And the one on Maeve.
Is your armor class
Misses.
changed by?
Yeah, because he's not wearing his armor. It's just his dex. Plus, it's 10 plus his dex. So the one Maeve ducks and the chain sparks down the stone wall, but the one that comes up to you swings that chain, gets a nice wrap around your not a reach around, a wrap around your shoulder, and scrapes up your back, and it does. I don't know what I'm doing tonight. I don't know.
Right.
Damn.
Wow, 8.
I think you don't have any alcohol in your system, so you're
8 bludgeoning damage.
overcompensating.
Hits me
It
for
rolled
8.
over there by
Yeah.
the lamp. Yeah.
It smashes into you. It hurts really bad. You got a good thing. It's bruised shoulder. Your back is stinging.
Yeah, technically my armor only adds 1
I'm saying it
to
sounded
my
like a
AC.
roll.
So.
Yeah, it's weird because it hit the box and bounced. And so then it probably went that way underneath the bench.
my armor
So-
Under the table.
yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it now. So that is everyone in the order. So everyone's you're outside looking, trying to get into this secret door. You don't know what's going on inside. Make a perception.
I can't hear anything. Right?
Yeah, let's try to figure it out. It's
17.
no, not really anything, because there's a lot of noise out the street and everything.
I will check for traps.
Hold on one second, just kind of getting everyone where you are. Citizinda is behind the bar now, with the bartender wrapped up in a chokehold, ready to knock him out. You are now up toe-to-toe with this orc. Both of you, you're trained monk. You're getting into stance, and he just looks like a scrapper. He's got it's a really big knife. It's pretty much a short sword at this point, in his bare fists. You are downstairs, getting whipped, chain whipped from a skeleton, naked, crouching by your quiver.
Do they know
Damn, he didn't-
what George Rise into?
He didn't. I was gonna say he didn't even have to pay like we did.
Thank you, man.
With Maeve trying to avoid this other skeleton. I am going to take a quick break.
Go for it.
So, and then we'll get back into the action. If anyone else needs to take a break, you can do that as well.
Are you taking a break just to pick up that die?
Kind of want to, but I'm going to go to the bathroom.
It fell on the ground. But normally during these times when someone goes to the bathroom, if we're still up, we take questions. We ask questions. Anything you want to know about?
I wasn't planning on being friends with anybody, but I'm gonna be your friend in this game.
It was bound to happen. I mean,
You're a badass bitch, and I'm like, respect, bitch.
Just have to have a player knowledge versus character knowledge conversation.
I mean, how could you not respect?
Use your
Her
phone.
and
Or
her
your phone
character.
flashlight.
I don't really need a flashlight. It's not like dark over here.
It's like his black orange marble dice though. It's,
There's a hair tie.
I don't even know which one I'm looking for.
I'm pretty sure. See that gold black D20 right there? I think that's what he lost. He usually uses those.
Like one of these?
Yeah. Unless I'm wrong, maybe I don't know what
I
it is.
feel like there's 2 of them over there. So.
Maybe not then.
What about those weird petrified wood things?
Get that man a drink. He's not drinking. He's on a diet.
he's talking about Dayton.
Oh,
No, it's not.
See, it's
I think he's talking about one of the.
no.
I don't know where you threw it. Why?
What? Huh?
I don't know where you threw it.
Yeah, I don't know if it went that way. I think it
Is it in between the bench and the...
I think it went like down by the computer.
Down by the bank where the pink, do it, both rock, jump, run,
Bang the bank and say.
Can we take inspiration?
Yeah, please.
De-inspiration. Alright, I'll find it later. Okay.
Inspiration.
So back at the top of the order, Erevar, you need to make an investigation check to see if you can figure out if this door can be opened from out here.
Investigation. Natural 20.
Yeah, that does it.
I'm
So
fucking heavy out here.
you find, like, there's the hinges over here, and you kind of go over the size of a door. It's actually pretty narrow, but there's a stone that's loose, and you actually have to push it in. And these hinges are on rails, so pushing this in pushes the door
I
out.
want to check for traps now that I know that it's a door.
Go for it.
That's also investigation.
No perception.
Perception. Then that would be a 21.
Nothing.
Perfect. All right, now let's open that thing.
Okay. But
Yeah.
use your action to check, so
Perfect.
next round.
Okay.
Lorda.
I'm on a punch.
Punch, punch, punch.
I like that you guys are having a bar brawl. Dayton is literally fighting for his life. I'm like, are there
I'm trying
traps
to
on
get
this
down there,
wall?
22. Not that I know that there's a down there, but I'm trying to get somewhere.
Yeah, you don't see
she
Jordan or
totally came
Maeve.
like a badass. So she just busts the door. Was like, I'm punching the first person I see. Wow.
All right.
10 damage.
It's just a patron. It's that little old lady who couldn't get her sweater off at Thirsties. See you guys next week. Ugh, just a hardcore
Okay,
fist.
second attack.
Miss. I don't need it.
What is it?
Missed.
Miss?
So if you gave her a good
Don't have
uppercut, it might
inspiration?
fix her back.
No inspiration.
Scraping that.
Just
Does
Dayton has
I
inspiration.
feel better.
You might need it.
What?
Taylor? Do you have inspiration right now?
what'd you roll?
A 10.
Or
You still can't hit this thing
You
again?
do.
I hit it the first
You
time.
can give it to her to reroll.
How do I do that?
You just
Click it and
click it.
You have to write me a letter. We
Inspiration
have to
for
wait
you.
2 weeks.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'd like to
You
pen a
have
letter.
to, you have to fill out a form, mail it in.
Do you have a stamp?
That's much better.
Nice, it works. I don't. I definitely hit it.
Okay.
I don't want to do the math. And 6.
I think the math never goes above 28. You don't want to do.
I don't feel it.
Yeah, she rolled an 18
32,
plus
but
whatever
that's
she
a
had
lot
to
of
hit, so I'm
numbers.
sure she hit it.
Okay.
It was 20.
He is looking.
Inspiration.
He's looking
He gave
pretty
it to you.
rough.
Okay.
If you do something
what's
clever,
that?
if somebody gives it to you, if your plan works really
Can
well
I
and it's interesting,
take a
if
bonus
you
action?
really get Dayton good. Sometimes
That was your second attack. You have to take a bonus action.
I mean,
Well,
that's
she-
one
Looking
question.
good
makes-
Or to
inspiration.
she makes
speak
most
to
of her
him.
You can speak as a free
inspiration
action.
by being a bitch.
So, what do you want to say?
Where are my friends?
I want to use that term,
Where
but
my
Okay.
inspiration to get inspiration?
Actually, he goes, the elf and that half orc,
Exactly.
they're downstairs through the back.
Alright.
Don't hit me.
Are you gonna leave it? You got information? You're gonna leave
How'd you
it?
go?
I'm not-
That's what
not
I'm here
with-
for.
Give him a little swift elbow as you go.
yeah, you're
I'm
outside.
not gonna- I'm
screwing
not
around
having
on hinges.
Hey,
Seriously. First of
this
all,
door doesn't necessarily. This door doesn't necessarily.
Hey.
This
There's
door
gonna be a
doesn't.
damn storage closet. He's gonna find a mop,
Hey, we're
bucket.
fucking
Why would it
fighting
be
people
hidden?
over here.
Where's the toiletries? They're hidden. You'll never find the TP.
It's the bathroom, the outdoor bathroom.
Great,
I'm not
Erevar
leaving
found the
yet.
mop sink. Cool.
Deep sink.
Sinocinda.
do I have handcuffs?
You're up.
No, I'm not listening.
Sinocinda.
Probably not, but you probably have rope.
You're up. You have rope. You don't have manacles, but you're gonna knock him unconscious.
Yeah.
And choke him out.
Yeah.
So yeah, free. You got that natural 20. So
Bye, bitch.
he just like,
Natural 20.
and he's out. You can use your movement to like let go of him, stand up, look around. She's still fighting the bouncer, but you don't have any other actions at the moment.
I'd like to look for other victims, yeah, if it's possible.
There were other people in the bar. There's like 2 or 3 other people.
She takes a victory
They are-
drink out of that barrel.
They
yeah,
are
then
gone.
I go to the bar.
You should
don't
free
want
action take it.
Everyone like pretty much ran right out the door the moment you guys moved away from it. So the bar is now empty.
I like how Cindercinda just owns a bar now. Like, this is my bar now.
Not a bad idea. You just have to
Not a
fight
bad idea at all.
Bilbo.
We could keep a couple bucks out of that if we
Dildo
made friends
gang.
with the bartender.
Yeah. All right. I mean, you have to make friends with the bartender, though, and you were not doing too good on that
Oh,
front.
Or chill him out.
You're the bartender now.
Me?
Look at me.
I'm the bartender
Yeah,
now.
good luck,
You beat the
bud.
bouncer up and just choked out the bartender. I was joking about
So that was
might as well
Cinda.
take the
Then it
place
goes
now.
to Maeve.
Like your character could feasibly try to take this place now as part of your cruise.
Which is kind of what you wanted to do anyway.
Unless.
Wow.
Pretty good.
How
pretty good
hurt
session.
are you?
Me?
What would I need
Yeah.
to do?
I got hit by 8 points.
And
And
out
I
of
was at full life at that
Okay.
point. 39. So I'm at 31 now. Yeah, Maeve doesn't need to heal me yet.
Maeve disengages.
My next character is going to have. Hey, Glendale is
Glendale.
following the party. You're
Glendale.
the man. Thanks for coming down.
Thanks for following.
Hello.
Can I say it this time?
Yeah.
By following the party, you have gotten inspiration that you can give to any of the characters to help us re-roll, or if you feel like it, you can give inspiration to the non-player characters to give them a leg up against us. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for hanging out. Tonight's not a typical stream because we have a guest. So this is a bigger group than we usually play with, but we play every Wednesday at 9:30 Arizona Mountain Time. Come on down. Good to see you. Good deal.
You're the lady of the night.
Nope. But you guys say
Literally
hi
and
to
figuratively.
Uh-huh.
All right.
people. No, but you
Maeve was going to disengage.
Hi, people
Yeah.
who are following Glendale.
Glendale? I don't know.
Glendale.
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 I'm assuming it's Glen.
She works the camera.
Deil.
DEIS or Glendale, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on. Sorry for saying your name wrong. We love interaction, so you can talk all you want. We'll answer.
Are you
Who
from
is-
Glendale?
Who was that one person you guys kept fucking up their name and it was clearly not that? But
Oh, it's Nicholas Shea.
Oh,
His
yeah.
name was
Yeah.
Nicholas Shea.
Yeah,
no, it was
Shea.
Nicholas Hayes.
Nicholas Hayes.
That's what
Oh.
it was.
Nicholas Shea.
Nicholas Shea.
Like, no, it's not my name.
Sorry, dude.
Like, oh, damn it.
Damn.
We went a good half hour joking about that before we
Nicholas Shea
finally...
is kind of a cool. Like,
Yeah, right?
He's
That's
a
what we
cool
thought.
guy.
His
That
name
was him.
His name was Nicholas Shea.
That's who he is when he's here.
Nicholas
How do you
Shea.
know there's somebody coming out?
So what's Maeve doing?
So
top
on the
She-
on the actual
like, she
screen, it
disengages,
shows
she can't
us
attack.
when
She
somebody
doesn't really
follows,
run.
it goes whoosh, this big band comes across.
She can't
says they're-
turn this
says they're following
thing.
us. They
These
see it,
skeletons,
that's
though,
all.
they're like they're like on top of us melee range.
Yeah,
right?
they're
Did we
like you're
discover
against
last time? Do I have a
That's fine.
penalty
You just got
for
one.
trying to
Disadvantage.
shoot? Okay.
It worked.
Yeah.
Then they-
What?
Taylor says if we get more
Nicholas
followers,
Shea,
she'll
call your
take a
friend.
she'll take a button off. It's Glendale that's here right now.
Don't
Okay,
even.
but I have
She'll
a-
take a
I have
button
one, so
off for.
It doesn't matter.
Don't say that.
It
until
doesn't
you get
even
followers.
matter.
It's pay for play. Undo your buttons and then find out you have an undershirt.
She's
on.
gonna pull out her little shadow bell and ring it for the skeleton.
That has to be a first. Somebody trying to pimp out their wife over D&D.
She offered. I didn't even try.
Also, careful, because that kind of stuff can get the channel in trouble.
Eh,
You've said
Yes.
way
I do
worse than that,
less
and
for
he.
a burrito.
I won't even go there.
I would do less for a burrito, she says.
You can say it all you want to say in like actual like doing stuff. Like,
no, shit.
channel's been like suspended for less.
Oh,
Okay.
come on.
It's really stupid. Hey, it's,
I mean,
it's
honestly-
Twitch's
I have an
thing. It's
undershirt on.
not.
There's
It's
no
not me.
boobs.
Yeah.
I mean, after
No
our
boobs.
life game, I'm pretty sure we're not going to get suspended for anything.
I will tell you what he said last time we were here, which
Oh no, I was. Hey,
Hey,
that's out of
hey.
context.
I'm gonna text it to you right now.
No,
Okay,
I'll
do
just
it.
tell you. Hey,
Don't say it.
Oh yeah,
But I
that's
said-
way worse
it is,
than
but I
unbuttoning one
thought I
button.
was kind of whispering, but everybody heard it, and they're like, "Can't say that." I'm like, "Oh, I fucked up." My
Anyways,
bad.
what's
So-
happening?
See,
She rung the bell on
Maeve?
the skeleton.
Not my husband.
And it failed its saving
Would you
throw.
like a paper towel?
no, I think you've already boned your nose. in.
No, that's the only one.
Just a little piece. Then I just got a little.
Get a whole sleeve.
Hey, I didn't know that was
Okay.
there.
So she like ducking underneath this thing. She reaches up and a bell made of shadow appears in her hand. She rings it and a dolorous tone rings out in the room.
That's a
And you
Dolores.
see like deep and dark. It's probably dolorous, but I don't know.
Is it Doleras?
No, Dollous.
Oh, Dolores maybe? Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Dollars.
Now I like it. Every so often while this is a new word, I'm like, oh, let's find out together what it means. No one else likes it.
A state of sorrow and distress. Dolor.
Doler.
Yeah.
Doler sounds
So a
interesting.
dolorous. So a dolorous. Hold on. Tone.
$1.
There you go.
So a Doler's
A
tone.
dolorous tone.
Interesting.
That was vocabulary corner on the Wileyverse.
Yep.
Won't you be my neighbor?
So parts of the skeleton crack after the tone, at the sound of the tone, but it's still kind of up shakily. Some bone dust comes off, and shatters, but it's still moving.
Please. I mean, it's like
Then the bartender's out, so the half-orc is going to disengage and try to run away. So you can't take an attack of opportunity. If you want to knock him out, you're going to have to pursue him. But he's disengaged and moved 30 feet, so he is now out the door into the street.
Front door?
Yes.
Yeah, you knocked
The
it
only door. That you know.
You're telling me I let him get 30 feet? I could get there in 1 second.
You could get there and you could get there with no problems, but he told you where to go, and he's thinking like, okay,
Oh, you're chasing him down.
I want him.
okay, so he's trying to leave.
True that.
Oh, well, hey, listen.
Out to the street.
That was the allergy medicine episode,
He's about to get
and
beat.
we
Was
saw
it?
your butt cheek
By the
tattoo,
one
so you might as well just
They
shut that
curled
down.
that girl yeet.
What?
No one just heard that.
No, were you freestyling? Mm-hmm. Okay.
He moved 30 feet out to the street. He's about to get beat by that girl that goes yeet.
That's fair.
Hey, money sign Brown right there.
Sam
You might as well
Brown.
just buy a grill. Please buy a
Alright.
grill. Fair.
Okay, yes, I would like to chase after him.
All right, you could do that on your
We don't
next turn.
speak of the allergy medicine episode.
The bartender is unconscious.
Allergy medicine episode.
Some green stuff up here.
Can you go back and rename that episode
No, I
the
didn't.
allergy medicine?
The allergy medicine episode.
Dude, so
red.
Funny, dude.
I was red, but
Everyone was
Rob
like,
was having allergy problems.
there's
so
this rock.
Wiley, we had like 2 drinks. We took this allergy medicine, and then Dayton had to fill us in. What the fuck happened the rest of the night?
Yeah,
Because we lost it about
Oh, shit.
about
It was
2 hours
bad.
into 3. Nothing after.
whatever that allergy medicine uses, it interacts very poorly with alcohol.
And it was not like we weren't like ha ha ha. It was more like, oh, what the fuck are we talking about? Like it was a weird like he had to make the video later and tell us like we had to have a recap for ourselves before we played the
That was
next
one of the
game.
first times that I really had to like keep saying, "Can we just keep like on track? And can we play the game?" Because everyone was just like, "Let's go and run."
Dayton's the sober one. The rest of us were like,
15,
"Oh,
Jordarai.
All right,
So is this still in the second round?
yeah.
Yes.
So
Man, adding one person makes
Maeve disengaged.
No, Maeve rung the bell and
Oh, and
cracked hers.
She ran.
It's a
Anyway,
little bit damaged.
Anyway, there's one on me.
There's one right on top of you. You gonna try to shoot it?
No, I'm just gonna.
You should try to bone
Bone it.
I hit it with my. I just go. Whap. Boner on bone. Let's do this. Well, since all my stuff's sitting there, I'm presuming one of my scimitars is right
Yep.
there. So just put the bow like around me in one smooth motion. Grab a scimitar and
You can. Scimitars are one-handed. You can just keep holding, like switch the hands of the bow and just slice away.
So that is a 14
Oh, that'll hit.
to hit. Alright, the damage is a little bit lower, but I can still add that force damage as a d8.
Does it say is it ranged or anything?
It says within 30 feet, any attack you hit with.
Nice. Do it.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
That is
I
dope.
was like, I'm going to read it again, but I'm pretty
Yep.
sure I did it before I wanted to
So
do this turn.
your scimitar's edge gleams with
Any creature
energy.
you see within 30 feet of you, when I hit that creature on this turn with a weapon attack,
There you go. Do
plus
it.
4 damage, it takes an extra 1d8.
That's awesome.
So, hell yeah. So
It's a
that is
lightsaber.
14 damage.
That shatters him.
What?
I said,
Did?
And
come up through the rib cage, shatter, break
the
his
only thing
spine.
up at this point, the
The
graybeard
dude and the one on Maeve is still up. It's wounded.
it's close to me though, right?
Yep.
So I can take another. Give me another strike for 20.
Oh, like scimitar.
Unnatural.
Yep, that hits.
I don't get to do force damage this time, but I'll still do 10 damage to it.
Okay. As you start, scraping down its ribs, the structural integrity that has been lost because of the cracks in the bone from her bell ringing, just shake this thing apart, and it crumbles into pieces.
Yeah, I should fight naked more often. I'm doing pretty good right now.
Now it is only the dude left. Okay.
On your own.
You should split
13.
the party. You're like, I'm splitting the party. Start taking your clothes off.
I have to go fight naked.
You're like, okay, we're splitting the party.
On one,
When I am the range character, I could just be in the back behind like covers, firing naked shots.
I love you being like, I'll track him, take everything off, and run away. We're like, why is he naked? It's just what he does, man.
I'm only invisible when I'm naked.
Should 100% do that.
How can he see me?
100.
What was that stupid movie with like
Grandma's Boy. It's not stupid.
No, Ben
Oh
Stiller.
God, the fucking.
Grandma's Boy, it's not stupid.
How dare you?
Didn't even.
What is
not
the name of that?
even
The
Hank Azaria.
not the
like-
Highwaymen. It's the Men of Mystery.
Yeah.
Mystery Men.
Mystery
Mystery
Man.
Men.
oh, yes.
Because Kel
I don't know their names.
loves orange soda. Like Kel, he's like, he's like, I'm only invisible when I'm naked, and everyone's like, we don't need to find this out. And then eventually, when he needs to, like,
It was a quick action defense.
he had to be naked, and no one could be watching.
He had to turn their
naked,
heads,
and
yes.
no one can look at him. It's like, well, okay.
So,
Grandma's Boy is a national treasure.
the dude is now looking like gray bearded dude. You notice he has
Is he admiring me?
a holy symbol around his neck, or a symbol around his neck that looks very similar to the one that was carved into the flesh golem. But he's like looking very shocked, and he's kind of backing into the archway. He grabs his skull again and just starts like kind of holds it up and blows like into it from behind.
I'm
And
sure he's gonna raise all these skeletons up.
darkness just comes out like a
Did he
like
just
a
obscure
cloud.
area?
Pretty much, yeah. He casts darkness.
He's obscuring
So-
area.
The entire room is covered in darkness, which not even your dark vision can see through, and you hear his feet running down the
Did you lose one?
catacombs.
Just the actual like mage or necromancer or whatever
Oh, the
this guy
important
is.
one?
Yeah.
He ran away? I'm not even here, I don't care.
All right.
You're still trying to figure out how to get in the door.
I have figured out how to do it. I know that it's not trapped.
You know, when it gets to your turn,
So,
you can figure a way to
Are you
that
opening the
storage
door?
closet.
It is
My
your
turn?
turn.
Yeah, let's open that
so,
fucking door.
It
Hope it's a
slides
coat
out,
closet.
and you're like, "Crrrt." Open that thing up, and you walk into. It's kind of like a small, like just compartment about this big, and there's another door, just a wood plank door in front of you. It looks like you just push it open.
Is it trapped?
You're gonna take your action to look.
No, I'll open this one.
Okay, so clunk, it just pops open, and you are in the liquor cabinet behind the bar.
Is there any... does it continue on into the bar?
Mm-hmm. You want to walk in?
Yeah, I'll walk in.
All right. So behind the bar is Sinocinda. Sinocinda, and the bartender is on the ground, unconscious. You see Laura Dove in like the little entryway. She's looking like she basically turned around and looking out the door. The bar is empty beyond that.
So I'll start to pull myself a draft from that keg and say, has anyone found Maeve?
Literally, you wasted this whole time just going so stupid.
Oh shit, it's not wasted. That time, a rogue's time is never wasted.
Can I pretend that I'm Maeve?
No, I can see that
Do
you're
it.
not Maeve.
Oh, because I already
Yeah.
try to see with you. That's fine.
Yeah, they know who Maeve is.
We know Maeve very well.
Yeah.
She's-
Whoops.
All right. So
Can I answer back to
Came
him
in with
now?
us,
And
I'm
you-
Maeve.
and just by deduction,
I can be who you want me to be, baby.
when they came up, there's four of them. There was, this guy that you were trying to sleep with, and you know his name is Erevar. There's this girl who went with Tumult, who you know now his name is Laura Dove. There was this elf, who you don't know his name. He had bow and quiver and looked very rangery. And then there was a woman with them with short brown hair, kind of mousy, and she's the only one not present and the only female that was with these groups, so you could assume that was Maeve. If you want. I mean, you are an inquisitive, you figure out things like that, so.
Got it.
The little mousy girl is the one that's missing. She definitely didn't look like a half-orc, but it could be magic. So on 28, you walk in, you look around, you pull yourself a beer, and
I ask, has anyone found Maeve yet?
Has anyone found Maeve yet?
I mean, that's what he would do. He'd walk in, everyone's fighting, and there's only one person left.
Can I respond?
Yeah.
Free action.
Boom. I'll tell you, down that hallway, through the pantry door.
That's where I came from.
No.
Oh, I came
You get to the liquor cabinet.
Because I see
room.
the opportunity. I want to go get my person, but I also want someone to get down there. So.
I'll drop my drink then and head that way. That sounds like I was joking around, but there is something afoot.
All right. 22, you're tracking down. You get to him easily. I mean, you way outpace him. So you just use your regular move, and you don't even use all of it. Get right up to him. You know, keep beating him.
Can I just, capture him and...
You can try to grapple him, or you could just yell for him to, stop and get on the ground.
Stop. Hey, what's that sound?
I
Please
guess I
get
would
on the
grapple
damn
him
ground.
and try to tie him up, tie his hands up.
Okay. I mean, he's going to be fighting the entire time. You can just, you beat the hell out of him. He doesn't want to fight anymore. You can just tell him to, you're going nowhere. Get down on your knees and start.
Stay here, you mongrel.
Yeah, he's beat up to the point where he's not going to argue with you anymore. He just, stops, drops his knife, gets down on his knees, and you pull out your rope.
Stop, drop, and grovel.
We're slowly getting out of turn-based. Cinda. So, Erevar has walked in from behind the bar, said that, she said that, and then he goes, he looks like he's about to go moving down the hallway in the back. She goes running out the front door after the orc. There's no one else in the bar besides that. But you know that supposedly Maeve is through the pantry in the back, and the orc went out the front. And Lord of Fitch chased her.
I would follow this guy.
Okay, so you can go there first if you want, because he's done with his movement. You can jump over the bar and start running down the hallway.
Yeah, I'll get there first.
So you head down there. It's a short hallway. It ends in a pantry. Immediately upon entering, make a perception check.
Just what dice?
D20. And if you look up your skills on your character, it's a plus 10 for you. Perception.
Let me find my skills.
It's a little
Perception.
grid.
There, okay.
What do you think?
Perception.
+7.
That's 15.
Yeah.
Okay. You walk in and you look at, you just kind of do a quick scan and you immediately pick out that there is a hidden door on the wall.
Okay, let's open it.
Okay. You're done with your movement, so that's a bonus action to find for Inquisitive, it's a bonus action to find it. Actually, no, you have enough movement left because it's a short hallway. So yeah, you can open it if you want. So it opens up and there's just a stairway going down.
And
She doesn't run into some old man.
No,
Yeah,
no,
so-
he wasn't at the stairs. He was from one of the
Yeah, we
archways.
don't actually know where you woke up in the dark. We don't know where you are yet.
Yeah,
I
no,
came in through a secret
yeah.
door that led to the liquor cabinet. She went through a different door.
I just told
So-
you where you were. We're there.
I don't know where she went.
Yeah, so you're behind the bar and you came in and said all that, and she goes down there, and you're like, okay, you're going to drop your drink and go. But the moment she heard that, she jumps over the bar and runs down the hallway and ahead of you.
Oh,
So,
okay. So she found a secret door in front of me.
Yep. So she's already one step ahead of you,
Stick it.
Erevar.
as always.
Bam. That was 17. Next is
Erevar is
Maeve.
annoyed with this person.
Ooh.
Bam.
Okay, yeah, I know what Maeve's doing. Maeve dispels magic. She dispels the darkness
I attack the dark.
using one of her only 2 third level slots.
We
Which
get it. We need to rest.
Yeah. But it darkness is a second level spell. Since she cast it at third, it auto dispels it, so she doesn't have to
We
roll.
turn off the low ammo gun.
We need
Yeah.
some appies and
Just
some
set it
nappies.
on
Yeah,
50.
appies and
No, I'm going to tell her every time.
So the darkness disappears out of the room. Yeah. Darkness disappears out of the room. It is now empty except for bones littered across the ground. And there's 3 archways that exit this place down to other hallways and chambers. You knew which one he was coming from. It's probably the one he ran down. 15. The orc stands there and does nothing while you tie him up. 13.
Honestly, this comment's pretty good. That's so Maven, so that's so Raven.
That's so Maven.
That's honestly pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Props to that.
So I'm just guessing that he ran down this archway path.
Yep.
That I can now see because she got rid of the darkness.
Correct.
Let's go.
Grab your quiver, throw it over your shoulder, and start running that
Not
way.
my armor though. I'm still naked AF.
So you run, it takes
that's
about
fine.
10 feet of movement to get to the archway.
There was a half second I'm like, naked on fire? Oh, excuse me.
It only takes 10 feet of your movement to get to the doorway or the archway. You're looking down. He's only gotten... I don't know, he's gotten 120 feet. Jesus. No, 90. 90 feet, so he's gone through this hallway and into another chamber. You don't see him anymore. He's not in the hallway. You just see that this hallway ends in another archway, which looks like it opens up to another room. You can hear his little... Do you keep going or do you stop there?
Maeve is still in the room with me, right?
Correct.
So you can spend them on something.
I want to acknowledge to Maeve, like,
No.
hey, like,
No, it's one.
I can hear this guy still running. I'm following.
And she's like, no, what? You're naked. You can track him. You're a ranger. Let's go back upstairs. Deal with those guys.
Can I track him? This could be magic. It might be hard. Let's see.
That's her argument
That's
back.
fine, that's
So
fine.
do you continue with your 20 feet of movement left to start going after him? Or do you listen to Maeve?
I would at least go the 20 feet.
Okay, so you've run down part of the hallway. And that was on 13. So on 1,
You remember?
he gets another 60 feet away. He's...
Those Cheez-Its.
You brought Cheez-Its?
They're in my car.
Oh.
The
The pitter-patter of his feet start getting quieter.
We can eat off the time because we get off work late.
It's not quite like
That was 1. So we're back to the top, 28.
Alright, so she's kind of forced her way through.
Well, she's gone down the hallway. You're still at the bar. You used all your movement and actions and talking to get there.
I'm quick, you're slow. Is what
Then she went, once she heard where it was, she jumped the bar, ran down to that room. So you don't know what she's doing down there, but she's running towards where Maeve is. She ran outside.
Meet me outside.
So at the top of the
Meet me
stairs.
outside.
Well,
Is it
you're at
my
the top
turn?
of the stairs. No, it's not your turn yet.
Okay.
It's his turn. And this is just where this guy said where Maeve is, of course.
Who was the bartender?
The orc.
Yeah.
But you didn't know that. She said that to
She
you.
didn't drop that drink. I guess I'll follow through the hallway towards the hooker.
Okay.
I'm a madam.
Excuse me.
Some respect, please.
Frog skins.
Isn't that
That's
just
a
a
weird-
retired hooker?
Yeah, because it's a cam girl.
Who's Navicus?
Robert.
Robert.
Oh.
So, you jump over the bar, head down the hallway, and you see that she's already found a secret door and has it open, and it looks like it goes down to stairs.
Alright, can I continue on down the stairs?
If you want to try to move her out of the way,
I will attempt.
he's going to try to brush past you. Do you want to allow him?
No, can I shut the door in his face and flip him off?
Well, you're still at the top of the stairs, so you're not through the door yet either.
You can
But-
certainly.
I thought I was at the top of the stairs.
You're
so
at the,
thought
I mean, you're in the room looking down the stairs because
Okay.
you took your action to move to open the door.
No, I'm just trying to get past you. I'm just trying to get past you to save my friends.
Yeah, I
maybe.
stand where what I said.
So you
like,
don't allow me to pass.
No,
It
I
sounds
don't allow
close
you
to
to
like the
pass.
first time Caitlin played with you and was like, "Can I throw Mitch?"
Yeah.
Can I like check him off the side of the stairs?
The stairs are solid wall on each side, just a little tunnel that
You're
goes
gonna
down
try to trip me
basically.
down the
Or
stairs.
move? Yeah. Can I just hurt him in some way?
I mean, if he tries to move past you, you do get a technically attack of opportunity. But
I just
mean-
would rather shut the door in his face.
Fight
you can just
little
stop
man.
him from getting through.
I would like
She
to
looks
stop
like she's
him.
stopping, like she's taking up the doorway and not moving.
Move aside.
Stop him.
Okay.
To what?
You can't
Hurt
move
him.
through until.
Just kidding. Stop him.
Sorry. I stand with a harumph. My turn is over.
Okay. And then it is Lord
Probably your
of.
turn. No, oh, it's
Lord
Lord.
So you're tying him up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and tie him up, but drag him down with me into the.
He's out in the street.
You're on the street.
Can I go back inside?
You can drag him
Come
back
back
in.
and help me.
Okay.
Can push him downstairs.
A couple men.
Robert just gave more inspiration to Taylor, I believe.
Where's
Yeah, Taylor has
I love this
inspiration.
game.
door slammer? Yep. Okay.
Click inspiration.
So a couple men walk up or are approaching you. They have what looks to be some fairly nice like cudgels, like polished wood batons, and they have like nooses tied around their neck, like just hanging there. And they're like walking up like, "What's going on here?"
Who's asking?
The hangman.
Again, who's asking?
We protect the streets here.
I need a freaking
What's
name.
your quarrel with this man?
This man took my friend. Took my friend.
It's the middle of the night right now, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
This is just like the local muscle. You definitely don't want the flaming fist to be called down on this. But so they kind of walk up, make a persuasion, just see what kind of feeling you convey to them.
Can I change my answer?
What do you What do you want it to be?
Can I just say this? Something along the lines of like, this is Cardinal Bond business here. Because I'm assuming Cardinal Bond has a little
You
bit.
might get the bond in trouble if you do that.
I mean, technically it's Cardinal Bond business, so it's not a lie.
Well,
We're not actually
I mean,
working on a bond contract right now.
You
Yes,
are.
we are.
Oh, we are.
Yeah,
That's right. We
because-
are. Then yeah, fuck them.
But Cardinal Bond doesn't really have any authority.
I've been inside this whole time.
Besides,
no
you know,
one's seen me.
what you
besides
get
Or
for
me.
yourself.
instead, can I flash my like noble stuff? And is that like, that's pretty high authority?
Well,
isn't
yeah,
it?
you can just flash your foreign agent
Okay,
stuff.
I'll do that.
Okay. Like this man is.
Enemy of the Foreign Agent
Yeah, and
Society.
hold it up. All right. So again, still make a persuasion. I want to see. I want to gauge how well you convey your authority to see what these guys do.
Unfortunate.
Just roll high.
19.
Oh Jesus, that's total. Yeah. So like, oh well, you know, we've been like we knew something was wrong with these pricks. You want us to hold them for you? And they're like moving in on them like they're gonna rough them up.
I think I've got it under control. Thank you, gentlemen.
Badass bitch.
Is that a bad idea?
That was a badass bitch, is what I
I'm
said.
a bab.
I mean, you could also just let
Bam.
him hold him and then go back inside
So
with
they're
everyone
freeing
else.
up your time to go back to the bar.
Yeah, she's still dragging
Yeah.
with her. Like,
So you drag him back in. Now it's you.
next.
Okay, so where is he at?
I'm standing right in front of you, in front of the
Well,
door.
technically he's standing behind you. So you're at the door, there's stairway down. He came up to try to get past you, and you're like, no. So he's behind you, still in the pantry. You're in the pantry, door open, stairway below you.
I like that I was like,
Can I kick
our
her in the
friend
nuts?
is in trouble. And she's like, I'm gonna
For
get...
what?
To disable you so I can go down the stairs and figure out what's going on.
You don't even know who we're looking for.
I don't care. I need to
Did
figure
tell
out my
her
own.
who we were looking for.
I mean, you're not trying to fight the party. I just want to throw that out there. The game
Okay.
is about cooperation, but you are not fully in this party. So
Also,
I
she
literally did the same thing my friend.
has a beef with his
She does.
character
I get it.
because he
Yeah.
was trying to steal from her.
Yeah.
So she's not really fighting the party; she's fighting him.
Instead of kicking me in the nuts or fighting,
Can I punch you in the jaw?
I mean, that's still fighting. What is it you're trying to get out of me while you do this?
Just disable you so I can go figure what's going on.
I say
So
let
So I
her
can
do
see
it.
it first.
Why don't you just ask?
Because yeah, technically, if anyone else was there, she'd
Because-
probably help us. She just doesn't trust him
Yeah.
true.
because he makes himself untrustworthy by getting caught trying to steal.
Yeah, you dumbass.
So
It's easier on a boat, I guess.
Be less untrustworthy. I'll just go ahead then. I'll just race in front of him.
yeah, you have
Let's
your full
see.
movement to go
Okay.
downstairs.
Okay.
So you head down the stairs, and it ends, just like ends and turns like left, basically just ends in a landing, and you can look off to your left and see a room. There's a room. There's 3 archways. There's shackles along the wall. There's a pile of clothing and equipment. There's a
Guys,
Stealing
sponsored by White
monkey.
Claw, but we're still available.
Drug monkey.
Dealing monkey.
There's a girl standing next to that pile of
Ooh, nice
gear
flare,
and clothing.
Dealing monkey.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
what?
the red. There's a girl standing next to that pile of gear. It looks like the woman that was with these people earlier, probably Maeve. And she is yelling down a hallway, one of the archways. She's like looking down it and yelling like, "But you can track them! Why don't we go back upstairs?" And then she doesn't notice you come down, but
I would say, bing, 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 hi, what's going on? Hi, we don't know each other, but what's going on?
weren't you with Erevar earlier?
Yeah, exactly. We know some more people.
Wait, where's Erevar?
Behind me, don't worry about him. I was about to punch him in the nuts, but somebody told me not to do, so.
Alright, well, yeah, we... this place is bad. Apparently they've been knocking people out and selling them to cultists.
Ooh, yikes.
That's what we were trying to figure out.
Yeah.
So, that's...
Where my turn ends.
Yep. So Cinda's turn, then it goes to... Maeve. Yeah. She's explaining to you, and then she's like, "Oh, should I follow you?"
Talking to me?
Yeah.
No.
You say no. I'm gonna take this naked by myself.
No, because I've
Make it
realized,
afraid.
like, because last thing he said to me was, like, I'm hearing his tracks become farther and farther away. So, like, whatever he's doing, he's moving at, like, a faster pace than I'm moving, at least.
So, like, let's say his move is 30. He's using his move and then his action to move again. So now that you don't see him, you can do the same thing. But if your speeds are the same, you'll never catch up to him.
Yeah, but based on, like, what I'm hearing, I realize, like, I can't chase him down. So I'm just going to stop.
Okay. So it is your turn next, because you hear the footsteps get even further. Oh, no, not yet. You don't hear the footsteps yet. It's the orc going in with you. He's being compliant. You. So you're heading back.
Like, can I make sure, though, that I can, like, track his...
Make a survival
Can I
check.
just go ahead and do that right now to make sure, like, I don't lose this trail?
What a weird night to
25.
come back drug dealing.
The 3 months. The floor is kind of dusty and musty. There's all kinds of stuff in it. You see the shuffle of a bunch of tracks. You see some dragging that has been done here, but you can see that there's kick up. Like anytime this guy's like running. So unlike these other people who are just stepping and moving dirt. So you think as long as like wind doesn't come down here or someone else doesn't walk through, you should be able to
Oh, just DD monkey.
look for those little sprays of dirt of someone running and figure out. But if he stops running, the track might go cold as well. So
Okay.
Not so naked and fearless now, are you? Just kidding, I don't know what's going on.
we're just calling Monkey. Hey, Monkey.
DD monkey.
Double D monkey.
That's Money Sign Brown's hype man. Double D monkey.
Damn it. Like, knowing that, part of me is like, well, if I keep chasing, I might like hear that someone's still after him, so I'll keep running, so it'll be easier to track.
Too bad you can't fly.
I could.
Can he sit atop one of his magical arrows and launch himself after?
I could also long strider myself.
Okay, and that increases your movement speed to what?
Increase it by 10 feet until the spell ends for 1
So you
hour.
go 80 feet every movement, and you'd just still be moving 60.
So I can technically go like, I'm gonna catch you now. But who knows what I'll run into on the way.
And judging by the chamber you're just in and what looks like the chamber you're going, this is start going to like branching out and going to sewers and other places. Like, this isn't a straight hallway you're chasing this guy down.
Just turn around and meet back up with the party. Jeez. Put your fucking clothes on while you're at it.
He left those behind unless Maeve's carrying them.
No, she hasn't picked him up yet.
Did I get like a pretty good look at him? Do I need to roll something?
No.
So I can kind of describe him so we...
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, I'll just... I guess I'll stop and turn around. Go
Turn
get my
around.
Every now and then I can
You love my spinach dip.
No, there's a part of me that's like, the group doesn't need me anyways, I should just chase after him.
Martyr.
I fucking need you more than ever. Wrestle that man.
Thank you, Drug Dealing Monkey, I know.
Remember just DD Monkey. They are literally singing.
We were.
They
We're
are.
not now.
Man, I don't know, maybe I should take the advice of chat.
Chase him down.
Say, screw the party, I'm going off.
Have your DM
Well, what are you doing?
Start to run into this.
No, I already said I'm turning around.
All right. So, out of one of the archways, the archway that Maeve is yelling at, a naked elf comes back holding a bow with a quiver on his back and a scimitar.
This would be a really good and awkward moment for me to roll in with my orc.
Yeah.
I'll just be like,
So we're
Saw
kind
you
of out of
dig.
combat at this moment. So you're dragging him back in. Are you going to take him all the way to the back in the pantry?
oh yeah, he's coming with me.
Are you heading downstairs?
Yes.
Okay. So you enter the room and you see Jordarai naked walking back in through an archway. The chains, the gear, Maeve, her.
Wait. I didn't remind.
Yes.
Can I tie him to the bartender and tie them behind the bar?
Yep.
Leave
So
him there.
it's going to take a while, but you go behind the bar, tell him to sit down, start tying him up.
Technically, you're going to be by yourself for a little bit.
The hangmen have walked in and are just kind of like, making sure everything's kosher.
There's men that are hanging around.
This is the hangers, so they're the hangmen. All right. Let's everyone we're not in combat turns anymore, so
Why don't we take our real break?
okay, we'll take our hello real break, real Blake.
Real break.
Hello real
Real break.
break, real break. God damn, that's hard to say. All right, everyone, we're gonna take a quick little break midstream. I'm gonna run an ad. If you saw an ad when you came in, or if you're a subscriber, you're not gonna see it. We'll still be here talking all the normal stuff.
But it does help us make money, so we do like to do it in our break. We should do it at the end of our stream too, maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
We should just
It's
replace
play.
our stream with ads.
Who's still here? Who's the Cool Kids Club? That
What?
doesn't see the
What?
ad.
Sellouts. Hey, drug dealing monkey. I can't see you, but I hope you know that I'm angry at you for saying that.
I mean, he may be able to see you. He is a subscriber, so I don't think he sees it. Gonna make that scratch. All right. Anyone need a break?
Scratch.
I don't need a break.
I can always pee again. Just flushing from my Oh, that sounds like.
Scratching lotteries.
Hey,
Scratcher?
Monkey, you didn't? He's a subscriber, so he doesn't see the ad.
Correct,
Right?
yeah.
Interesting.
Robert's seeing it though right now because he's not nice enough to subscribe.
He said yo.
Calling you out, Robert.
He might have saw it when he first started the stream.
That's how I always know it's time to renew. They bring us up, and I'm like, son of a
So
bitch,
it's
it's
my
an
ad.
ad.
I don't know if I'm gonna
Well,
make it.
yeah, we're gonna do probably an early end. So, because we're getting to a point where it's like wrap up, and whether she's staying or not, like she's not going to be here next session, so we'll part ways.
Kill me off.
Well, we don't necessarily
no,
kill you off. Actually, you might end up being a good asset for us, because if you end up having your crew take over the Tankard Bell, then...
Who's dating with an A?
Yeah,
He does
still
that
can't
on
spell it right.
purpose. He never spells my name right.
Should have married that guy.
Who, Robert?
No, dating with an A.
K-Day.
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 That's what we write on the schedule now. When it's both of our ships.
K-Day. Alright, if no one's getting up and doing anything, then we'll get back into it.
Back on.
You were upstairs, you were tying two captors together behind the bar, captives. Downstairs in this weird catacomb room underneath this strange little bar, you're, I'm assuming, starting to put back your clothing and
Nope.
gear.
This is him now.
This is just me. I'm just going to run around naked for the rest of my days.
You've
but
got the taste for it now, like the rest of our game. Is just like, who's the naked elf? That's our Eladrin Spirit Walker.
there's going to be a bunch of skinnying all around. Maeve is going to tell everyone what happened for her, which is, for the recap, when, like, you guys looked like you wanted to go party. We went to check out the bar. He walked right in, and immediately these two half-orcs started giving him shit. So I derped. I disguised myself as a half-orc woman and came in separate than him to distract the two half-orcs. Though he started talking to the bartender and talking about that chip, and the bartender drugged him and told him to take him out back, which I don't think there is a back to this place. Wasn't it against the wall?
Well,
Anyway.
I figured it out.
I did a whole bunch of weird stuff and
To Jordan.
stole one of their knives and told them to meet me at the Peacock's Feather. I hope you guys got that message.
We got it.
And then I went after him. And when we were down here, this weird old dude with a skull with that symbol that was on that flesh golem's head came in with skeletons, and he was coming to pick him up.
Then I would probably explain my quick but harrowing tale of eliminating the guards in the alley and making it in through the secret back entrance unscathed.
Roll a deception.
God damn it.
Can we roll against?
No, wait, this is
18.
even better.
Damn it.
You know he's lying.
Yeah.
Damn it. Oh, you have an 18 for your deception?
That is the minimum she can roll.
Jesus.
She has a plus
well,
10.
you get to choose whether or not
Yeah.
to tell everybody if I'm lying or not.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
She gets a plus 10 to her insight, and because she's an inquisitive, she cannot
Character
roll.
appropriate.
Yeah, she cannot roll less than an 8. Any roll less than an 8 equals an 8. So her lowest roll on insight to tell if someone's
Is
lying
18.
is 18. You picked the
Jesus.
wrong hooker.
What's up?
Yeah, you should have gone with that tumult guy.
2020,
you
let's be
should fucking-
PC.
Oh,
It's sex
speak
work.
these
right
kinds
now.
of-
Sex workers.
I didn't even think
Sorry.
about the fact that she speaks
Don't look
those
at
kinds.
that's cheating though. You look at
No,
my
it's not. We know about
characters.
each other. I'm just curious. You never play this character ever again.
Anybody can access like your character sheet.
I did put it up there on the side if anyone wants to take a look at her character sheet. It's Inquisitives are pretty badass.
Can I
Damn,
just point out?
she can deceive for sneak attack on a single character.
Yeah.
It's like,
So
fucking
basically,
Bye, bitch.
you could do this thing where,
Wait,
like,
bye.
have you seen Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey? Like when he analyzes a person,
he thinks what he's going to do.
you can do that, and from then on, you will have sneak attack damage against that guy because you know exactly where to hit him.
Plus,
It's crazy.
Cool.
That is such a cool
This is
character.
a great character.
And this might be an obvious thing to point out, or maybe not. I don't know. But can I just say?
You have fucking spells? Oh, you're a half elf.
So we're all thinking the same thing, right? That this is like, they leave people here. This is okay.
Yeah.
But I still don't think this is enough evidence to peg the family, right?
No, not yet. Like, this just ties this bar to the dead three, but it doesn't tie that family. Now you just suspect that
But that
they
Bilbo
use
guy
this.
is the apparent owner of the bar. We could see if he has any connection with.
Right,
the
or he
Jenner
knows
family.
anything.
Yeah.
So, here's with the Inquisitive there, with all the information you're gathering, you can just lay it out. All you guys can, like, you're down there, you get your stuff back, you all go up back into the bar, the two people are tied up. If it wasn't for those damn kids, I'd have gotten away with it too. The hangmen are there, and you know Draught. Draught is with them. He's the head hangman.
we do last night.
That's the wrong guy.
No. It's the hangmen are they're the street toughs that keep the street clean.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so they're there. And you lay it all out, which is this place has been running essentially bodies for the evil cult to do with whatever they want. Like, the conversation that you guys had was that guy wanted to make you into a skeleton, but obviously the royal family or the patriarchs that you met were using them to get body parts to make a flesh golem. So this just seems to be a drop-off
Like a
for
human
sacrifices.
trafficking,
Yeah. Downstairs, where the chains are, there's a brick missing, and you can see that it's kind of like well worn. There's not a lot of dust. It's probably where like they deposit money. Like, oh, I got my sacrifice. Here's the money for this dude, and then they'd come down and collect it later. So this is human trafficking for evil cult shit. It's just a drop-off point that several of these cultists probably know about, and go in here and do that. So, which is way more than enough to get both of these guys arrested if you actually want to go to the Flaming Fist, but if nothing else, you can just tell them that they should never be seen here again.
That's up to you.
This is the bartender and the half.
The bartender and the half-orc.
This is kind of your territory, so.
You don't think they have any more, like... Probably not. They'll probably just work here and
Yep.
let that happen.
If you do want to interrogate them about that, it's probably best if she does it. Do you tell her about the royal family you're looking for so that she can ask that?
She won't listen to me anyway.
Yeah, fuck you.
I guess I would just be like, who are they? I wouldn't say specifically what family, but like,
But no,
who do they work? Because if they say it, then it's not like I'm the one bringing it up.
Some nice interrogating.
and she'll still be able to detect if he's lying. So
Also, unless anyone stops me, I'm gonna take a dagger to both of their arms and just give them a nice slice.
okay,
For what?
I'll fucking kill you, baby.
Just because I'm mad.
And naked.
something to remember him by.
Yo.
Something to remember him by.
Wait, are you still naked?
He's not killing him. He's just
I'm
giving
not
him a
making-
scar.
She thought she was scarring us.
No.
I was
The
like-
two dudes.
He's like, if no one cares, I'm just going to cut your bicep for a second. Well, they can't go.
Yeah, go for it. It's cool.
Surprised you haven't done it already.
Because they literally were the ones that like were
Next
gonna
time. What's
feed me off
100%
to this
date?
like person.
Sir Ziz says that he's never met, like, the only person he's ever met was some man that set up the arrangement, and he'll describe him like, he's like, this is the guy, I've never seen him since, but they knew about this place, and they ousted the last owner specifically so someone would come in and start doing this.
So is this common knowledge around town then? That this is what this place is for?
No. Just amongst the cultists of the Dead Three.
Do we?
Or certain cultists of the Dead Three. He doesn't know how their organization works. He just knows that he puts people down there, and then he goes down and picks up money.
Can we discern where the temple, or sorry, where the Temple of the Three is what you called it?
Well, it's the Cult of the Dead Three.
The cult of the Three. Do we know where they convene, where they meet?
No,
Otherwise-
it is illegal to worship them in Baldur's Gate.
Okay.
That's why they're hiding underground. You can use this as a jump-off point to go start going down those catacombs, or depending on what you think that guy went and ran and did, you can try to lay bait down there, or anything like.
Well, I was gonna say, now that we've kind of gotten ourselves back together, we definitely need a rest. We got our butts beat up a little bit in the last 2 reigns. As long as Jacinda is at least friendly enough with the group that she might be able to hold the bar down, we can always come back and kind of retake
touch our search from here.
Mm-hmm. Are you okay with that?
I'm good with them.
So
Like, yeah, let's
the
have
group as a
anyone
whole,
but
are you
Airmark
okay with the
talk to her,
group coming
probably?
back to use the space for the rest
I mean,
because you've basically taken this for the crew, or whatever you guys call them.
For the revelers
Yeah.
The
union?
revelers.
Yeah, probably have to one.
Yeah, for the
why
most
don't
part.
you just give her like 100 gold and she might.
I already
Yeah.
fucking paid a bunch of
Yeah,
money.
but then she might.
Bunch.
she
You
might
paid
have you-
10
rob me,
and
fool.
50. You'd like, what would you do if someone tried to rob you?
Be
Would you
pissed.
like? You'd be angry.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I'm not giving her any more money.
She's
So you can stay outside, and your friends can come inside.
Alright, I'll go outside.
split the party.
Yes,
Well,
with the party.
You guys are going to head back to the Fated Sign, and
I'm just
assuming you
gonna
guys
get
need a
myself-
long
yeah,
rest.
but I'm gonna grab a couple things from that liquor room first.
Gonna grab a couple things
grab a
from
couple
there.
bottles from that liquor room first.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll sneak by and do it.
No, you won't. I know your intentions.
Roll a 21 to sneak it out.
All right, perception
This.
+7. Yep.
24.
Got him. Got him. She's like, what do you think
I
you're
leave
doing?
the fucking wine.
Get the fuck out of my liquor room.
Wow. I've never won lost so fast.
So, if you don't have anything else to discuss or ask these guys, we can adjourn. You guys can head back to the Fated Sign to get a long rest. You know, you can come back here and they're going to have it locked down. You guys lock that back door. You basically tighten it and lock it shut so no one can come up here anymore.
Yep.
Or get up here from the bottom.
Side
But you
door.
also find, like, there's a bag behind the bar with all these little, like, pellets of liquid. And that's probably what was used to poison people. They put the pellet in the drink, and they can do it with any drink at that point.
Good to know.
Also, after doing some searching, you find a chest full of money that can go right to the revelers. It's about 1,000 gold.
My
Yeah.
bar,
Yeah.
babe.
Can I have 100 of them?
Which, like, this made you,
Yeah, I like you.
besides getting this,
Damn, she just paid Laura to have 100 gold right now. Just for the asking.
you,
I'll slap with my money.
he's gone.
I'm outside.
So,
and I've
but
I got learned about
you've
this.
got this.
Do we actually know about this? Because I would
No.
ask for some gold too.
You guys have left when they found this. So,
Sorry.
I mean,
I was like, wait a
You're
minute.
getting gold now,
you
so
may,
gold too.
you know, you were invited to come back, but if you don't, I will be running her next, and I only know how to run her. So you guys can talk to her next time. But you've made a lot of money for the revelers. You've got a new establishment for them, like completely run by them, and this is a nice little safe house. It's got access to the catacombs, and who knows what that'll bring you. But it also is a known spot with the Cult of the Dead 3, which you have to deal with. So,
Cool.
Good job.
Great job.
Thanks for
thing.
putting up with me.
Good thing you know some like competent adventurers that could like take care of them. Though.
I know, Kaylin, you're the best.
A clothing optional safe house.
So, as you might be able to tell from our tone, we're wrapping up early tonight because you know, we're all hungover from. Some of us are hungover from yesterday, and some of us are sick. So I'm getting sick thanks to my brother, and you're sick, and
I'll be fine until I go back to school.
yeah.
Boo is right, DD monkey.
Boo, yeah. But that was a crazy session. That
Everyone
ended up
didn't know
fine.
too that is Taylor's first experience with Dungeons and Dragons ever.
It was fun to have that NPC.
She tried to punch me a couple
That
times.
wasn't the
She
GM.
tried
Yeah.
to knee me in the nuts a couple times.
Trying
Tried
to
to-
Closed the door in my face.
Hit him
tried
in
to
the
lie.
jaw.
I mean,
whatever I can do.
to be fair,
honestly.
To be fair.
to be
I did
fair,
get caught
you
robbing.
tried robbing her twice.
And you fucking failed, loser. Come on.
Hey,
Sounds like me. Are we the same person? I'm
I can't
confused.
believe that I failed a stealth roll for that liquor. Like, it's only when I'm actually stealing do I fail my
I feel like
fucking
that's
rolls.
as stealthy as you actually are. You're not that stealthy.
Well, I mean, I'm
Like-
not. That's not me. I mean, are you seeing that's how stealthy
Yeah.
Erevar is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that might
But
actually
it's
be.
a
That
lesson
might
you
actually be
learned.
correct. Erevar's not very stealthy.
You're
Good times, good times.
Goodbye, viewers.
Yeah, let's
Will you
take us
guys
Thanks
out.
for
tell
agreeing.
us what we're playing next week. What we're playing.
They're playing next week.
I'll
Yes.
take us out.
Tomorrow.
Well, actually, that's a good question. For one thing, Navigus, since you're here, what you doing Sunday? Do you have the kid? We are wanting to stream and wanting to do a one-shot if you are available.
You want to play on Sunday?
And anyone else that's in Tucson that watches Drug Dealing Monkey or who else is around here?
Geostellar did come by.
Geostellar. What's the guy at Thirsty's? Tall weirdo that is now a mailman.
Oh, he's gonna
Jeff.
come
Jeff
now that you called him a
Yeah, I
tall
know, right?
weirdo.
Yeah.
Jeff, yeah.
Jeff Morrow.
I mean, come on, Morrow.
This is
Does he watch us?
I'm sorry that
He
I just
does
said
not.
his full first and last name.
Yeah, like he's
It's
been
all right.
wow.
And
If
the
you
area
click the
that we
link
work
below,
at.
you'll
Yeah.
find his social security number.
Something's been there, but I'll let you know. Yeah, because maybe, hopefully, get Galen, me, and Mitch for
If we
one
get a-
shot
Like, if we do what it's just the two of us, it'll be a Wileyverse Midge, possibly, or a board
Possibly.
game.
or something.
But if we
Something's
get
happening on 7.
Something we want to stream on Sunday. We're gonna do something. So even if it's just me and him playing Talisman, if we can get more people, we are gonna run a one shot. Next week we continue with the Cardinal Bond on Wednesday, normal time, and we're going to try to pick up another stream on Tuesday. I don't know if we're doing it this coming week or not, but we're going to try to have Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Sunday streams from here on out. So Tuesday should be Wileyverse Mitch, where I introduce Mitch to a new game, and we make a character and play some encounters. So nice for learning.
Sunday might be the Saltmarsh campaign if we can lock down all the players and I can get my ass in gear and get it all finished up. We bought a boat, or Wiley bought a boat just for it.
We can see it up there. Yep.
No.
No, other way. There you go.
There it is.
Boat.
It's that thing hidden by the
Ooh,
shadows.
Saltmarsh, Navicus, we've invited you a couple times.
Eat that wheat.
Eat that
Make
wheat.
that bread. All right.
Alright.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.